Good evening. 4 police officers are facing misconduct hearings after an inquest jury said prolonged restraint and a failure to provide medical care contributed to the death of a father of 3. Kingsley Burrell had been detained under the Mental Health Act. His family have been campaigning for 4 years, and tonight they're calling for a public inquiry into his death. Here's our special correspondent, Peter Wilson.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
There were emotional scenes inside and outside Birmingham Coroner's Court as the jury returned their verdict of neglect. Kingsley Burrell was 29 years old when he died 4 days after being sectioned under the Mental Health Act. His family have campaigned for 4 long years demanding justice.
It's been heart-wrenching for the last 4 years. Going through it, at the end of the day, we've been reliving Kingsley's events. From when we walked inside here in the beginning of the inquest, we've been reliving every event. And to see them literally lying in front of your face, it's heartbreaking for the family to see that there's lies and they're not even telling the truth on oath.
Kingsley Burrell had been placed in a mental health unit at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. He'd been restrained with handcuffs and leg restraints. Today, the jury said the police had used excessive force and medical staff used unreasonable restraint and failed to provide adequate care.
We welcome the narrative that excessive police force was used. We welcome the fact that it is clarified that Kingsley's head was covered with a blanket. And as such, we call into question the systemic failure of the services involved.
In a statement today, the Mental Health Trust said, "There have been a number of lessons to be learned by our trust, and we have responded by devising and implementing a robust action plan." It all began here, March 2011, at this supermarket in Winson Green. Kingsley Burrell called the police thinking he was being threatened by gunmen. The police found a man who appeared to be delusional, restrained, and later, with a blanket placed over his head, he was dead. 3 pathologists have all agreed that his death was due to a lack of oxygen to the brain caused by cardiac arrest. But the coroner's court was told that it came about in a man with an acute behavioural disturbance following prolonged restraint and struggling against that restraint. Family and friends have campaigned for years demanding the full facts of this case. Last summer, the Crown Prosecution Service decided there was insufficient evidence to prosecute anyone for Mr. Burrell's death.
No, the case doesn't end here. Even if it takes us 10 years, like Doreen Lawrence, we're still going to continue the Kingsley Burrell campaign, because at the end of the day, justice delayed was justice denied, and we're not going to give up the fight, even if it's been 4 years. We'll still continue.
West Midlands Police tonight expressed their condolences to the family and said that crucial lessons had been learnt. Kingsley Burrell's family have released this picture of him on a life support machine, taken just hours before he died. Peter Wilson, BBC Midlands Today, Birmingham.
Legal to